At the movies. At the movies with film. This little marquee up here is right. This is what we're going to be showing. I wanted to fix something here. I think it looks better. I think a little bit crooked like that. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, it looks better. Looks like it's falling down. Hey everybody, film here. Down in the vaults. Down with my movies. Down with my fan. Like to have more fans. Down with my lamp. We are watching Haxan Witchcraft Through the Ages. It's a beautiful 1922 film made by a guy named Benjamin Christensen. It's a Danish film. And it is a sort of a precursor of a lot of the, satanic films that will later populate the cinema. It's a documentary of witchcraft. Fictitious documentary. There aren't no real witches like this, I do not think. Okay, the witches in these are your traditional stereotypical witches riding broomsticks and having sabbats and having familiars and, I'm not going to give away too much. There's some really grisly stuff in this film. Stuff that will, maybe give you a few nightmares. There's some strange cats, oversized cats that are the familiars to the witches in this film that I think are quite frightening. Likewise, some of the demons and some of the things that the demons and the women do in this film are a little bit, I'll let you figure it out. If you've seen some of the work that Hieronymus Bosch did, this film really strikes a chord with the Bosch-like depiction of demonic dread and of horror, sort of that Middle Ages view of hell. Very much in this film. This movie version that you're seeing is though it was shot in 1922, same time period as Nosferatu for now, it was, redone in 1966 with a jazz soundtrack put upon it. Really great jazz soundtrack on this film. If you like jazz of a discordant fashion, you'll enjoy this film. Likewise, it is narrated this time by none other than William Burroughs. You know William Burroughs from Naked Lunch? Okay? He is the narrator of this film, and he does a really nice job of sort of working with the imagery and augmenting the sense of dread that one sees in a rather matter-of-fact way, in that very typical William Burroughs type of voice. Ben Christensen, he worked for a number of years in Europe, but he was brought over to the United States, like a number of film directors were, who made certain kinds of products overseas that Hollywood seemed to think that, hey, we could take these guys, these emigres, okay, these people who we could transplant to our country and have them make films in the United States. Well, Ben Christensen, like Paul Lenny and a whole series of other directors, came over to the United States and he shot a few films. One of them, which is quite good, is 7 Footprints to Satan, which was made in 1929, just on the heels of the sound age. I think you're going to enjoy this film. If you're a jazz fan, you're going to like it. If you're interested in some history of witchcraft trials, because a lot of this is based on actual witchcraft trial documents from the 15th and 16th century. So there's a lot of history in here. Likewise, Ben Christensen has an interesting take upon the church, and particularly the Catholic Church in this film, and the repression of women that one finds in Western culture. Well, folks, you know we have that little email that is attached to us. Haven't talked about that for a while. I've been hearing from people, and I'm glad to hear from you. The films that we're showing, you can see, is a mixed bag. We're doing things like Throne of Blood, Haxan, Witchcraft Through the Ages, to things like Little Shop of Horrors. We're trying to hit all the different areas. Classics, not so classics. But you know how I basically see it. They were all films that, they found some kind of audience. They enticed someone to produce them to a certain extent, and they do have a sense of cultural value. If anything, they have cultural value. Sort of giving us a view of the drive-in film industry for like Little Shop of Horrors, or for like this, which would maybe make it in the United States into the art circuit, okay, during the middle 20s. Well, witchcraft through the ages, I like to think of it in terms of Haxan. Ben Christensen playing the demon in this film, playing the devil. You won't find a better demon outfit until you get to Legend, where Tim Curry plays the demon in that film. That is another fantastic demon outfit. Well, folks, enough on this film. Why don't we roll 'em, Smokey?